Have you ever sat in a brand new Mercedes and smelled that brand new Mercedes new car smell? Well, I have, and I can tell you it's pretty nice. So think about that for a second. I don't know what kind of car you drive, and if you'd rather substitute BMW or Tesla for Mercedes, or heaven forbid, Chevy, whatever your favorite kind of car, Cadillac, not bad. Whatever your favorite kind of car is, just stop and think about that for a second. The getting in there when it's a new car, it's still got the new car smell and nobody's smudged up your carpets yet. How would that feel? Feels pretty nice, right? And it may not be an ego thing that you want to show up in a new Cadillac or Tesla or BMW or Mercedes. It may be that you just like knowing that when you get in the car, it's just going to start and the radio is great and the heater heats up so fast on a cold day, or it has cooled, ventilated seats, or it's just going to work. It's going to do what you need the car to do and be nice. But you remember last week I was talking about, the last two videos I've been talking about, don't spend money you don't have. So if you want to have that new car feeling, then you need to be closing loans, right? I mean, it's closing loans, it's doing business that gives you the flexibility to have a decent car or a decent home or to eat good food. Maybe you prefer organic vegetables and milk over just the regular stuff. I know we do. So you got to close some loans. So what do? Right? Well, I'm here to tell you about another book. I met the author, Dean Menudo, yesterday. Phenomenal speaker on sales. And I hate to use the word phenomenal because it's so over the top. But of all the speakers I've heard in the last 2.5 years, he's in the top 3, right? He wrote this book, The One-Page Sales Coach. And I've got piles of them here in the office. And it's about how to talk to your prospects, right? In any field, it's not mortgage. And some of the pieces will resonate with you because there are things that you've heard before. I like the fact that he gets into brain structure. Remember, we've talked about this before. Language processed in the outside layer of your brain, and that's not where you make decisions. Emotions, fight or flight, and decisions are made in the lizard brain. So you have to connect with people emotionally, right? We've talked about that before. But he's got a great tool. In fact, if you see that little square on the cover, that's an unfolded napkin. He's saying, what would you have if you were meeting with somebody at Starbucks? Well, you'd have a napkin. 4 quadrants about before and after, about your resume of do and done and demo, and about commitments from the borrower to you. So I won't go into details here. I probably will talk about some of the ideas here in future videos. But it's so clear and so simple. And there are strategies here that if you're not doing them, you're wasting time. Dean and this book make it so simple to distill it down and to remember there's a lot of things you don't need to say to your borrower. In fact, the more you talk to them, the more you're probably slowing down the process. But this methodology, this little strategy, helps you to get to what are the important things you need to illuminate for them to get them emotionally to make the decision to go forward. And also to wave off, should I go talk to other loan officers? Should I get second, third, fourth opinion? No, you don't want that. You want them to feel comfortable, make an emotional decision, and get going, right? So, as usual with a book I love, if you're one of our branch managers, let me know and I'll send you a copy for free. If you have a bunch of people in your branch and you want them all to have a copy, I can get copies for $10. So tell me how many you want and I'll send a bunch to your branch. If you're not one of our branch managers, well, maybe you should be. All right, guys, if there's anything we can do to help you grow your pipeline and close more loans, let me know. We want to help. Speak to you soon.